All roads have led to this moment for the Mason Comets, from conquering Cincinnati, taking down the number 1 ranked Moeller Crusaders, to now battling in the state Final Four to make it to their first Division I state championship in this program's storied history. Welcome to Canal Park, home of the AA affiliated of the Cleveland Guardians, Akron Rubber Ducks, for the state semifinal matchup between the Mason Comets and the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets. My name is Adam Little, joined alongside my partner for this broadcast, my twin brother Andrew Little. And Andrew, this is going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, it's a big game for the Comets. They were here 2 years ago, came up short, and it's been a great past couple games. Avenged their loss against Elder last year in the regional semis with a big win, and then that Michael Bilo no-hitter to take down the reigning state champs Moeller. But it all leads to this now in the state Final Four. Winner of this game will be playing Twinsburg, who just defeated OHSAA Berlin just a few minutes ago. So should be a great one.
Yeah, and that was a very exciting matchup. Before game was tied 1-1 up until the bottom of the 6th. Bases were loaded, and OHSAA Berlin walked in a run, then an RBI single, as well as a sac fly. Twinsburg took down Berlin 4-1. The winner of this game, like you mentioned, will take on them on Sunday at 1 o'clock back here at Canal Park. And on the mound for Perrysburg tonight is their senior leader, Matt Hubbard. Not only has he been their ace, but also the team's best hitter, and his pitching accolades go far.
Yeah, he was second team All-State as a utility guy, first team district, first team All-Conference. Not too dissimilar from the way that Jake Hanley plays, big power hitters in the middle of the lineup, but also great on the mound.
Yeah, and Hubbard also a 3-sport star, so big impact for the Yellow Jackets, but looking to take him down is the leadoff batter for the Mason Comets, Alex Kelling. It'll be Hubbard for his first pitch, winds up, and right down the middle to start off the game for strike 1.
Yep, Kelling, the Ohio State commit, testing out the velocity there. It takes strike 1.
Hubbard, the second pitch, and Kelling fouls that one back into the net.
And Hubbard coming off a big win in the regional semifinals against St. Francis de Sales. Only gave up 6 hits and 1 run in that game.
The third pitch to Kelling. He hits it just past the shortstop, a diving effort, and Alex Kelling first on base for the Comets to start things off here in the state semis.
And a lot of juice on that hit from Kelling. Hit it to Kessinger, one of the top shortstops in the state. He was first team All-District in Northwest Ohio at shortstop, but not enough there. Gets his glove on it. It bounces into the outfield. Enough for Alex Kelling to get that leadoff single and bring up Jake Hanley, who's also on the mound tonight for the Comets.
Yeah, Hubbard and Kessinger are 2 names for Perrysburg you're going to hear a lot tonight, but another name you're going to hear a lot tonight, Jake Hanley, stepping into the box for pitch 1. And just like Kelling, he will watch strike 1 down the middle.
So Hubbard getting ahead early on back-to-back at-bats.
Kelling jumping around at first. Hubbard hesitates and delivers. And the ball fouled just early down the first base line.
Yep, and Jake Hanley, a massive threat in the lineup, batting .381 this year. 31 RBIs, 5 home runs, 6 doubles. His power undeniable.
Looking to stay alive here, down 0-2. The pitch from Hubbard. That one just low. Perrysburg wanted a strike 3 call there, but not going to get it.
Yep, just missed the zone. Jake Hanley, good eye, and stays alive.
The throw back to Kelling at first, and he's headed for second. It goes wild. Kelling slides in at second, and he's safe. Kelling, a big lead at first, pays off. And a huge mental error to start off for Perrysburg.
22 stolen bases this year for Kelling. He's a big threat on the bases. Hubbard was keeping an eye on him, and there makes a critical mistake, gives up a free bag.
And that one going to go down as an error from Hubbard. And for Coach Dave Hall, not one of the plays you want to start things off. And official timeout at the mound. Coach Hall's going to come to the mound. Some discussion between the umpires, and Kelly will jog his way over to talk to Coach Bly at third as they sort it out.
Yep. And while we're on the topic, Coach Dave Hall is a legend in Perrysburg. This is his 39th year with the team. He's made it to the state Final Four 3 different times before this one. They were the state runner-up in 2011, their most recent appearance.
Hubbard's going to take his glove off. Could be dealing with a little bit of a hand injury. The trainer comes out.
Looked uncomfortable after that throw.
Still unsure. Jake Hanley taking one with a step over with Coach Bly as well, trying to regroup. It looks like things are resetting. Hubbard will get a round of applause from Perrysburg as he will stay in, and it looked like that was on his left hand, his glove hand, so shouldn't affect his pitching too much. As Hanley will step back into the box, the 1-2 count. Kelling at second after the air. The pitch from Hubbard. Outside for ball 2.
And the pitch before was a little bit low outside there. That one, right at the level where Hanley's going to hit it, but outside once again evens the count.
Kelly dancing at second. 2-2 from Hubbard. Hanley hits that one straight up to the shortstop. And Kessinger will pull it in for out number 1.
That was a great pitch from Hubbard. Put it inside, but still in the zone. Hanley had to take a hack at it and pop that one up. Didn't have much of a chance to get a clean hit. And Kelling is forced to stay at second base. Not a chance to advance a runner either. Brings up Drew Stevens, the Ashland signee. 377 batter this year, 500 on base percentage.
Yeah, and Stevens, we've mentioned this in all of our playoff broadcasts, but really a breakout season, and has worked his way up. Just such a consistent hitter for this Comet team, and that's a word that really describes Mason, is just consistent. First pitch ball to Stevens as Hubbard looks back at Kelling at second, delivers his second pitch, and Stevens fouls it back to the Sweets.
Then a fellow Ashland commit was on the mound for Twinsburg. Josh Stallnaker. Comets could potentially face him on Sunday if they're able to get the win today.
The 1-1 pitch to Stevens. That one hit into right field. And missed by Perrysburg, but they will say it's foul. Brady Ziles seemed to just slipped past his glove.
And that's a big break for Perrysburg, right on the cusp of that foul line. And if he had just had a foot over, would have been a fair play. But instead, Stevens headed back to the plate. Now down 1-2 on the count.
Yeah, and he looked out. That's a very narrow right field in between the right field line in the stand. So lucky there that he got away with that. That would have been the second error for Perrysburg in the top of the first, excuse me.
Not a lot of room to work with on the corners of the outfield.
Matt Hubbard taking his time, delivers the 1-2 pitch, and the off speed drops in for his first strikeout of the game as he catches Drew Stevens looking.
Yep, and a great off speed, 74 miles there. Came in high and then dropped to the top middle of the zone, and Drew Stevens just recognized it too late. He knew that one was going to send him back to the dugout. And despite Kelling getting put on second base early in this inning, Hubbard's in a good position to get out of it.
That'll bring up the Comet catcher, Mark Rutherford. As swing and a miss on his first pitch. Fastball in the top of the zone. We'll clock in at 87 miles an hour.
And Rutherford, another one of these experienced Comet seniors, was in the lineup during their state run 2 years ago.
The 0-1 pitch. And Rutherford will watch it for strike number 2. That one a changeup. And the speed difference caught Rutherford off guard.
Hubbard's been able to get ahead in the count every at-bat so far, putting a lot of pressure on the Comets.
Hubbard shakes off his first pitch. Winds up and delivers. That one high.
Good eye from Rutherford there. Doesn't panic. That fastball strays above the zone.
One, two for Rutherford. That one, the outside corner. Perrysburg started running to the dugout. They thought they had a strikeout, but good vision from Rutherford as that one was outside.
And Hubbard floated a change up there to the bottom outside corner. And from our vantage point, it was a close call.
Hubbard really mixing up his speed so far tonight. 2-2 now. That one way outside as Rutherford makes it full. Kelling on second, full count. The pitch to Rutherford, and he will catch him looking. Rutherford goes down on the 3-2 count. Comets strand Alex Kelling on second, and Perrysburg bounces back after a scary first batter headed into the bottom of the first. A 0-0 ball game here at Canal Park. On the mound for the Comets tonight, their ace, Jake Hanley. As he takes a moment and a deep breath, soaking this moment in here in the state Final Four. And Hanley has been just dominant for the Comets this season. 2 ERA, 8-1 record, and some big wins as he's looking to take one tonight. And his first pitch to Connor Kessinger is just high for ball one.
And Hanley coming off 3 straight games where he started and finished 2 complete games against Walnut Hills and Troy, and then Elder kind of had a wacky situation where he started the game and then came back in as a reliever.
Excuse me, that first pitch called for a strike, and Hanley moving with authority as he He's already delivered pitch number 3. That one outside for ball 1. And Hanley and Hubbard definitely with different paces, and Hanley's known for his pace as he lines up. And that one fouled to the Comets dugout.
It's not just pace, but Hanley's bringing the heat too. Has been throwing fastballs and testing Kessinger earlier with the speed, and something, Adam, you and I were talking about was how Perrysburg not used to seeing velocity like this from a pitcher. Hanley in the mid-90s on his fastball. So far, he's been relentless.
And he drops the curveball in for his first strikeout of the game.
And that's what makes Jake Hanley so dangerous. Players have to worry about his 92 to 94 mile an hour fastball, and then he can drop it in with one of the best curveballs in the state. And right there, Kessinger just watches it go by. Beautiful setup from Hanley.
And everybody talks about Zion Theophilus, but when Jake Hanley is hitting his curveball, he is one of the scariest pitchers in all of Ohio. Now up to bat, Brady Ziles as he watches ball 1 high.
Ziles, second team.
Hanley able to get the change up high in the zone for strike 1. Pitch number 3 will sneak in the zone as well. That one, the low inside corner, one of the hardest pitches to hit.
And Hanley continuing that quick pace in between pitches.
1-2 for Ziles, and he catches him swinging on the curveball. So 2 straight strikeouts on 2 nasty curveballs from Jake Hanley, and he is warming up.
But now brings up Matt Hubbard, the Toledo commit, who was on the mound against him. Second team All-State, first team All-Conference.
First pitch. Down low for strike 1. And Coach Dave Hall, the velocity for Mason is something that this Perrysburg team worked on all week long. Check swing from Howard, and they'll say he went already down 2. Hanley looking to make it a very quick inning. The third pitch to Hubbard. He catches him swinging as he chases it outside for 3 straight strikeouts from the senior. And it is all business for Jake Hanley. End of the first, tied at 0 here at Canal Park in the state Final Four. Matt Hubbard back on the mound to start off the second inning for Perrysburg, and he'll face off against the Comets shortstop Anthony Sulik. Sulik had a dominant regional performance in those 2 games, as his first pitch is a high for ball 1. Hubbard trying to match Hanley's pace now as that one hit to short. Sulik looking to beat out the throw, and he does! Sulik known for his speed, and just a slight hesitation at short from Kessinger. And that was just enough time for Sulik to blitz his way over to first.
And from that hit, Sulik knew there was going to be a play at first base. One of the fastest players on this team. And right there, just does enough to outpace the throw from Kessinger. And once again, Comets have a leadoff single.
Comets trying not to do what they did last inning. Kelling started off with the single, but they were not able to put anybody else on base. It's Hutch Crociata now as he lays down a bunt. Sulik will make it safely to second, but Crociata just barely thrown out at first. And it almost looked like Hubbard was going to be able to throw that ball over to second, but kind of lost control of the ball in his hand.
Yeah, but that fielded it a little weirdly, and Crociata popped that bunt a little bit higher than usual, so Hubbard went with a safe throw to first base and able to advance Sulik. Sulik, 19 stolen bases. We saw him show off that speed earlier.
A pickoff to Sulik at second, and he's out. Sulik was trying to get a sign from Coach Bly, and Hubbard takes advantage of it.
And Coach Bly disagrees with that call, and it certainly was close. Sulik tried to get his left hand down onto the bag, and the tag was just placed over top of it. Sulik frustrated with himself back in the dugout now. A promising start to the second inning. Now Comets in trouble with 2 outs.
Yeah, just like that. Down to 2 outs. Coach Bly shaking his head as he jogs back to third base. There's a new life in the Perrysburg dugout. Brings up Drew Johnson to the plate. And first pitch sneaks in for strike 1.
Johnson, one of the juniors in this lineup, the designated hitter.
Change up on the outside corner, and he catches Johnson swinging. Put that one in the same spot as the last pitch.
Changeup has been Hubbard's bread and butter so far.
The 0-2 pitch for the junior, and he catches Johnson swinging. Perrysburg bounces back and retires. The junior, very quick first 1.5 innings as we'll head to the bottom of the second here at Canal Park. Bottom of the second as Jake Hanley makes his way back to the mound after a dominant first inning. 3 batters faced and 3 strikeouts. If Hanley can keep this pace up, it's going to be a tough offensive outing for Perrysburg.
Yep, struck out the side in the first against 3 experienced batters, the junior Kessinger and then seniors Ziles and Hubbard. Now a younger batch coming up. Braden Heitmeyer, the only sophomore in the lineup, now up to the plate. Second team all-district.
First pitch to the left fielder. Called strike one. Perrysburg didn't like it as that fastball on the inside corner.
Yeah, but like you said, low inside corner fastball there, just on the edge of the strike zone.
Hanley's second pitch, low and outside. Curveball broke too early.
Yep, curve got away from Hanley, even the count.
Goes back with the same pitch, but he's able to get it.
So far, he's trying to paint the corners. Been successful on 2 of the 3 pitches. That curveball was 79 miles an hour right on the outside corner.
With 2 strikes, goes back at it again. That one just outside.
It hasn't given Heitmeyer anything to swing at yet. Those curveballs moving away from the batter.
With tempo, the 2-2 pitch. That one slips through Rutherford's legs. Luckily, no runners on base.
And Hanley once again looking for the low outside corner with a curveball, and now has a full count. Struggling to land that pitch.
Full count. And Hanley's fastball is high as Perrysburg has their first runner of the game. And Winters will trot over to first.
Hanley had a great start to that at-bat. Was able to find the corners early, but kept going back to the low outside corner with the curveball. Was missing the zone, and a lot of patience from Heitmeyer. Didn't even need to take a single swing. And now he's on first base.
Winters, big lead at first, and he'll throw it over to Sander. Liam Sander, the sophomore, taking first base reps when Hanley's on the mound. Now the first pitch to Mefford. He shows bunt, but he pulls back on the strike.
Winters batting .338 this year. Junior outfielder.
And Heitmeyer on the move. That throw wild from Rutherford. Sneaks into center field. Brad Hart's there to recover. And Heitmeyer advances to second.
Heitmeyer had a big jump, and Sulik wasn't able to make the fielding play. Luckily, Brad Hart, like you said, out in center field, able to stop Heitmeyer from moving to third base.
Pitch number 3. And he nails it in the zone for strike 3.
So Hanley, 4 outs, 4 strikeouts. He's having his way, but now has to worry about Heitmeyer on second base, who just picked up his 8th stolen base of the season.
Only 1 out on the board as Mefford steps into the plate, and he'll watch ball 1 low in the dirt.
Mefford, the junior.
Hanley looks back at second. Heitmeyer getting very comfortable. Sulik creeping in at second. In that shortstop position. Big gap in between Stevens and Sulik right now. Yes. Second pitch to Mefford, a swing and a miss. Couldn't keep up with Hanley's fastball.
Mefford batting .286 this season. 21 RBIs. He's got a man in scoring position, but in a tough spot, 0-2.
The 2-strike pitch. That one fouled off the end of the bat. He'll stay alive. Check swing on the inside pitch. Hanley clocking in at 94 on that one.
That's a lot of heat coming from the mound. Mefford and the Yellow Jackets just simply not used to seeing it.
The 0-2 pitch. Off speed. hit down the third baseline. They'll call it foul. Good effort from Stevens, though. Would have been able to make the play.
Yeah, would have been a great play in the field from Drew Stevens, who's able to move to his right past the third base and left field foul line, but it is just a little outside.
Hanley checks back at second. Seen him do it twice now in that at bat.
Yep, already picked up the steal. Have to keep him honest on the base paths.
Hanley to Mefford. That one fouled off home plate. Some miscommunication on the scoreboard, but we'll wait for the officials' call. I believe 1-2 now. And it is. So the 1-2 count now for Mefford. Two straight foul balls. Hanley will go with the curveball. That one check swing and foul again.
Make it 3. Mefford checks that curveball. Came in at 78 miles an hour. Hanley going back to that low outside curveball that he loved against Heitmeyer.
The pitch. And he gets him swinging on the fastball. Big recovery from Hanley. That'll put 2 outs on the board. Still 1 runner in scoring position for Perrysburg. And the first baseman, Parker Ferris, will step up to the plate.
Just so difficult to hit when you have that 90-plus mile-an-hour fastball coming down, especially set up after an off-speed. And Hanley has been unstoppable. Rutherford will meet with him at the mound and come back with Parker Ferris, the Adrian College commit, up to the plate.
First pitch to him. A check swing, but it goes off the glove of Rutherford, and Heitmeyer will make his way to third, so a strike, but a pass ball from Rutherford.
That pitch came at a big cost. Pass ball. Now you've got a man just 90 feet away from home plate.
Pitch 2, swing and a miss.
And Ferris, the senior, batting just 200 this season. Struggled with the off-speed pitch right there.
Scary runner at third, but Hanley looking to end the second here. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled back.
Ferris now trying to get ahead of Hanley's fastball. And that time it was a off speed, so just fouls it off.
Hanley taking his time now, switching up the pace. 0-2. That one hit to Sulik. The quick throw to first. And he gets him a big stretch by Liam Sander. Saves a run. As Sulik and Hanley bounce back. And they'll strand a dangerous Braden Heitmeyer on third, headed into the top of the third inning. Tie ball game here at Canal Park. It's been a pitching duel. We'll see how the rest of the game plays off here on Mason Sports Radio. It'll be Casey Donor now to face off against Matt Hubbard. Donor, the 8th hitter in this Comets lineup. First pitch fouled back behind the Comets dugout.
The Comets have set the tone well. The past 2 innings, Kelling singled and then advanced to second base, but was stranded, and then to start the second.
That one, a blooper over the head of the third baseman, Bezek. And Donor will start things off for the Comets, and it's been a theme here. A first batter of the inning and a single.
At that time, an infield single from Donor, who came into today slashing 200. Senior has a lot of speed, but didn't need to use it too much there. A great hit into the third, in between the shortstop and third baseman.
And that'll be Brad Hart stepping up, and third baseman playing very shallow, expecting a bunt. And Hart does show bunt. Pitch out.
Weber, the Adrian College commit at catcher, thought about throwing back to first base.
One 0 now to Hart. Shows bunt again. Pulls back 2 straight pitch outs.
And Crociata had a sac bunt in the second inning to advance Suluk to second, so not a surprise that Perrysburg expecting a bunt from Hart.
Hart up 2-0. Pulls back on that one. And a smart decision. That pitch just outside. And Hart's up 3-0 in the count.
Yep, and when you're facing a bunter, you've got a couple options. You can throw it away and hope that they can't pull out in time, or give the punter a strike and let him hit it. And so far, 3-0.
3-0 pitch to Hart. And that one delivered in for an easy fastball, but Hart doesn't get the swing signal from
didn't attempt the bunter swing there, just let the ball pass.
3-1 shows bunt again. Puts that one down. Donor makes his way to second. And Hart easily out at first, but he does the job and advances a runner to second base.
Yep, and the third baseman, Trent Basic, in the right position there. It's a field. The bunt went straight to him, but enough to advance Donor to second base. And Basic, the Wittenberg commit, will head back to his traditional spot at third base, and the entire infield backs up a little bit for Alex Kelling, who had a leadoff single.
Back at the top of the order as Kelling watches strike one. That changeup hits the inside corner, and Andrew, Matt Hubbard, has loved this changeup today, and it's proven very successful.
Yep, sitting his changeup around 79, 80 miles an hour and consistently finding the zone. Comets have struggled to swing.
Donor a big lead at second. Hubbard bounces back with a fastball in the same spot. And he catches Kelling looking again.
Yep, Kelling looking for something else there, but now 0-2. Can't be picky. Has to do anything to protect the plate. The Comets can't afford to strand another runner at second base.
0-2 pitch for Kelling. Watches that one low in the dirt.
But Kelling, a good eye. As that curveball dropped. And Donor still with a big lead at second base.
1-2 now for the Buckeye commit. Watches that one low for ball 2. Kelling, a very disciplined batter, as that would have been a tough 2-strike pitch to lay off of.
Yep, down 0-2, but able to tie things back up.
2-2 count. And he'll catch Kelling swinging on the changeup. Hubbard's number 1 pitch puts out number 2 on the board.
That pitch sat right in the zone. Kelling with a big swing, trying to send that one into the outfield, but Hubbard, the changeup is his bread and butter, and it's able to get past the Ohio State commit. But bringing up,
they'll intentionally walk Jake Hanley, and there's a roar of boos from the Comet dugout, as well as, we'll call it the Baden Mason student section. Baden played earlier today, and they'll advance to the D2 state finals from Cincinnati, trying to cheer on their fellow Cincinnatians.
Representing Southwest Ohio. The Rams also a green team, so makes sense they're rooting for the Comets today.
And Stevens will watch pitch number 1, which is a curveball in the zone for strike 1. Caught swinging high there.
And Stevens struck out looking in the first inning. Doesn't want to have that happen again. And good decision by Perrysburg to intentionally walk Hanley. Sets up a double or a force out at third, second, and first.
Hubbard up 0-2 yet again. That's been the key for both of these pitchers, trying to get ahead in the count. Opens up his arsenal.
And keeps that pitch count low.
0-2 to Stevens. That one fouled back.
Stevens sat on that pitch, waited a little bit to see where the off-speed was coming in. It was a little bit late, but able to foul off.
Oh, 2 for Stevens. Slider just out of the zone. A very good 0-2 pitch, but Stevens lays off.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to throw it, right on the outside of the zone. And the slider was in the strike zone for most of that pitch, then came out at the very end, but Stevens disciplined, able to lay off.
1-2. That pitch hits off of Stevens' elbow, and he took that one like a champ as the Comets load the bases here in the top of the third.
Yeah, Drew Stevens a little extra thankful for that elbowed guard there, and he was able to throw it off pretty quickly, smiling as he runs to first base, and loaded bases for Mr. Mark Rutherford.
And Mr. Mark Rutherford is exactly who you want up to the plate for the Comets. He's had multiple doubles this playoff, and we're not going to put necessarily a home run on the table because these Akron fences are very, very far, but Rutherford definitely has some pop in his bat. First pitch grazes the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, like you were saying, really deep fences here in Akron. There were a couple hits in the last game that looked like they were going to go out, but ended up being hit to the warning track.
Rutherford watches strike 2. And Weber almost threw down to third and probably would have gotten Donor, but no third baseman there.
Yeah, no third baseman there as Bazak focused on fielding. But once again, ahead 0-2 in the count.
The pitch to Rutherford. That one high. And Donor getting very jumpy at third. He's ready to go home.
Yeah, he was on the move and able to stop. There's almost a play at the plate.
1-2 to the Comet catcher. In the dirt. But a great frame. And Rutherford stunned after that one as he's retired. Comets leave 3 runners on base. Perrysburg lucky to come out of that inning scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third. Yellow Jackets on offense now as Trent Basic will step into the box. The number 8 hitter leading off the 3rd inning.
Yep, third baseman, a Wittenberg commit.
And Basic showed bunt, pulled back, but Hanley's fastball was a little bit too quick as it flew right past him for strike 1.
Yeah, Basic has a lot of speed, 19 stolen bases this year. He's got a .473 on-base percentage. Very patient with 27 walks as well.
Pitch 3 fouled back. And Basic hitting .284 for Perrysburg this year. .473 on base percentage, and Coach Hall definitely trying to add a runner on to start things off early, but Hanley's fastball too dominant. Another strikeout to his total tonight.
Yeah, that's his 6th of the day already. That time came in at 91 miles an hour. Jake Hanley with a lot of control so far, and it's been tough to hit.
Bring the 9-hole batter up, Quinn Weber, the catcher, as Hanley's first pitch is high.
Weber, another Adrian College commit, just like his teammate Parker Ferris.
Hanley moving with some serious tempo as he drops in another fastball for strike 2. Strike 1, excuse me. The 1-1 count. And he'll get Weber swinging. And Hanley, we saw those nasty curveballs in the first inning, but it's really been his velocity that's been playing the big factor tonight.
Yep, and Weber swung out of his shoes there, almost spun around.
Hanley, the curveball, and a check swing strikeout for Jake Hanley.
Yep, and set Weber up with back-to-back-to-back velocity strike balls and fastballs, and then gets the strikeout with that curveball. Like Adam said, a check swing from Quinn Weber, but too far and forced to go back to the dugout, defeated, getting outmatched.
It'll bring Connor Kessinger at the top of the lineup to the plate as he will watch first pitch inside.
Kessinger 0 for 1 today, struck out looking in the first inning.
Hanley, a beautiful curveball as it started inside and moved down the middle, but Kessinger turned like it was going to hit him. It dropped in for a beautiful strike 1. Same pitch, that one fouled back.
Inside there, and it's fouled off straight back.
Down 1-2, Hanley taking his time as he winds up and catches Kessinger swinging. 3 straight strikeouts, and that is 2 out of his 3 innings. He's done that now, where he struck out every single batter. Hanley, a dominant pitching performance so far tonight as we head to the top of the 4th here on Mason Sports Radio. Both Hubbard and Hanley keeping their pitch counts low on the mound, and they're looking to go the distance, says Hubbard. Nice performance so far tonight, but he will have a tough opponent to start off the top of the fourth.
Yep, Hubbard
with Anthony Sulik.
Has 4 strikeouts. Hanley with 8.
As pitch 1 fouled back.
In the second inning, Hanley led off with a single, Sulik led off with a single and was able to get to second base, but then was picked off on the base paths.
The delivery to Sulik, fouled back again. Hubbard has done a nice job tonight getting ahead 0-2 in the count, not just getting ahead in general, but just getting ahead 0-2.
Yeah, but he's moving at a faster pace this inning.
0-2 pitch to Sulik. And he drops the curveball in for strike 3. Another strikeout looking for Mason, and uncharacteristic for them.
Yeah, absolutely uncharacteristic. And Sulik, watch that one. That curveball came in high and then dropped right in the center of the plate, but caught Sulik off guard. And Hubbard has shown great command of his off-speed pitches today. It's a little bit different than Hanley, who's been mostly getting those punch-outs with his fastball.
First pitch to Crociata is low for ball 1.
Crociata had a sacrifice bunt in the second inning that moved Sulik to second.
And he'll watch pitch 2 down the middle. 1-1 count now for the junior. Hubbard delivers. Crociata grounds that one to second. Bobbles it. But Heitmeyer's able to recover as Crociata almost beats the throw. But retired for out number 2.
Yeah, Crociata, not a full swing there, almost like a check swing, but got great contact to the barrel. Sent it straight to the second baseman, but a lot of velocity. Heitmeyer bobbled it a little bit, but able to make the throw just in time as Crociata was about to pass through first base.
That'll bring Drew Johnson up to the plate, and a swing and a miss for his first pitch. Johnson, the team's designated hitter.
Batting .204 this year.
Watches strike 2. Again, Hubbard up 0-2 in the count.
And Johnson got down in the count early in the second inning and struck out swinging.
The pitch to Johnson high. Johnson steps out, takes a big, deep breath. Perrysburg dugout making noise. Johnson will step out for time. Hubbard shakes off his first 3 pitches. The 0-2 count. And he catches Johnson swinging. Dominant top of the 4th for Hubbard, as that'll bring the Comet offense back on the field. A very fast game so far as we're through 3.5. Bottom of the 4th coming up next. Well, it was a long way for the Comets to make it to Akron, not only having to take down some powerhouses in Cincinnati, but a 3.5-hour drive down here to Akron. And Perrysburg, not close either, so Canal Park has some open seats, but still a lot of Comet and Yellow Jacket faithful coming down to Akron to support their teams.
And I have to imagine whoever ends up making it to the finals on Sunday will see a nice boost in attendance as well.
Hanley, his first pitch to Ziles, falls in for strike one.
Hanley has been incredible through 3 innings, 8 strikeouts.
That one grounded too short. Sulik rockets it over to first. The stretch from Sander. What a play!
Pilates or yoga, whatever Sanders been doing in addition to the weight room pays off nicely there as he does a full split to make the play, but he's able to stay on the first base back. And Anthony Sulik ripped that throw in from shortstop. That's the second great throw he's made in the field. The first one was in the second inning when he had a man on third base.
Yeah, and that throw across his body as well. And, I mean, I've just been so impressed with Sulik this year, both offensively and defensively, proving himself as the commander of that Comet infield. And obviously his batting we saw in the Moeller game has been proven very successful for the Comets as well. Hubbard now up, and he gets up early 2-0 on Hanley.
And Hubbard, some incredible stats this year. 459 average, over a 500 on base percentage.
Check swing from Hubbard, but he went. Closes things down to 2-1.
And Hubbard set a school record with 13 doubles this year.
Hanley the curveball for strike number 2. Moving with pace. He's ready to go. Hubbard steps in the box. Hanley shakes off 2 pitches. Ready to go. Fires in a fastball. Check swing. And he went. Jake Hanley, another strikeout to his total.
Yep, and he struck out Hubbard, who's one of the best hitters in the entire state. Got him out swinging twice now.
And Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's 8 strikeouts for Hanley through 3.5 innings.
And you know, Adam, one of my favorite things to do in life is correcting you, and I get to do it. He's got 9 strikeouts.
9, wow. Hey,
you set yourself up there.
I'll take my correction there if it's one more for Hanley. Even more impressive number. That'll bring Braden Heitmeyer as he fouls pitch number 1 off. Oh, the one pitch to the shortstop is low, but a nice block by Rutherford.
Ben Heitmeyer, the only Yellow Jacket to get on base so far, walked in the second, made it all the way to third, including from a stolen base.
A very dangerous base runner once he's on. As that pitch high from Hanley.
Yep. Heitmeyer batting .301 this year, nearly a 400 on base percentage.
2-1 pitch. Can't get the curveball in the zone. That one just a little bit too far inside.
Heitmeyer has faced 10 pitches so far today, has not swung once. And very patient.
3-1 count. Hanley delivers. Fastball high and inside, and Heitmeyer will walk to first.
History repeats itself a little bit, and Jake Hanley will definitely keep his eye on first base, as the speedy Heitmeyer already picked up a stolen base earlier in the day. But this time has 2 outs. That'll keep him a little bit more honest compared to the second inning where Heitmeyer led off.
Landon Winter is the left fielder up to the plate now, hitting .351 on the year. That one in the dirt. Rutherford, a nice block. Took that one off the hand.
I've got to meet with Hanley there, and no pitch speed recorded on the big screen, but that might have been Hanley's fastest fastball today.
Yeah, I was just about to say that one. He's hit 94, and that one looked faster.
I think that one was 95.
Hanley just
missed the zone and wasn't able to register speed.
Yeah, just some insane, absurd velocity from the Indiana commit, and I know the Hoosiers are going to be glad to have him next year. 1-0, hesitation at first.
And a check swing from Winters.
And they're going to say he went. Heitmeyer almost went to second. Sander wasn't ready at first, and Rutherford could have thrown him out. Heitmeyer on his way. Rutherford down to second, that pitch high. I think you would have had him.
Yeah, and Rutherford had a great jump out of his stance and got the throw out quickly, but kind of threw a blooper to second base.
Rutherford pulling a Yadier Molina there. Didn't even get off his, he stayed in his squat.
Yeah, it was an impressive throw, but wasn't able to get enough velocity on it. And that's the second stolen base for Heitmeyer today. He now has 10 on the season, into the double digits. And he's a sophomore. He's the youngest guy in this Perrysburg lineup.
The 2-1 pitch. That one hit into deep left center, but Crociata falls underneath it. And Hanley strands Heitmeyer on the base path yet again to close out the 4th inning. Tied up at nothing here at Canal Park. It's been a pitching duel just like we expected. And 3 innings to go. Comets looking to score some runs to start off the 5th inning next. Casey Donor leading off things for the Comets. Donor was left on third a couple innings ago, looking to redeem himself here. He wants to make it all the way around this time.
Yep, and the Comets, that 3rd inning starting to haunt them.
Donor, a bunt, and it goes right past Hubbard. Should have been easily fielded.
Hubbard pitching so well, but right there just makes a lapse fielding, and wasn't backed up by the second baseman either. That pitch, luckily, or that hit, luckily for him, dies off in the grass. If that had rolled back into the dirt, it might have given Donor the opportunity for another base.
Yeah, that chop swing, it just kind of died, but Donor on first and one of the fastest players on this Comet team. This is exactly what Coach Bly wanted to start the 5th. That'll bring up Brad Hart now. As that one.
Unfortunate for Hart, attempting to bunt, ends up popping out to the 3rd baseman, Basic, so holds Donor at first. And Donor's hit will go down as an error on Hubbard. So that's the 2nd error for Perrysburg today. And the 2nd one on Hubbard.
I'll bring Kelling up for the 3rd time tonight, the Ohio State commit, as he fouls his first pitch into the Comets dugout.
Kelling led off with a single in the 1st inning, but struck out swinging in the 3rd. He's batting .356 this year and looking to get a spark.
Kelling's been on a tear in the playoffs. As Donor on the move. That throw off the mark from Weber. Donor will stay at second.
Weber, decent throw to second base, but got past him, and Coach Bly gave him the stoplight for Casey Donor, who looked like he was thinking about heading to third.
Well, and Weber had some great pop time there, but that throw just off the mark. He might have had Donor if it was on the mark. The 1-1 pitch to Kelling now. That one hit into left field. A diving effort. Foul. And he pulls it in, I believe.
Waiting on the official decision, but
I think they're going to say ball hit the ground. It looked from here like he caught it.
Either way, I think it's just the way that Winter's glove came down on the ball. He was holding his palm down, so ball hit the ground before he was able to squeeze.
Yeah, they're showing a replay on the TV behind us. Ball just popped out, but still an outstanding effort from Winters in left field. Kelling staying alive, 1-2 count. Donor at second, 1 out. The pitch. Kelling puts that one in the air into shallow center field. Donor will stay at second.
Donor.
That'll bring up Hanley with 2 outs.
Donor jumped off the bag like he was going to run after that catch made, but it was in shallow center. Had a great pop sound off the bat, but that ball kind of died in the air.
Yeah, and I think he was just trying to toy with center field and Mefford a little
And
bit.
once again, Hanley's getting intentionally walked.
So that'll put Hanley on first yet again. Drew Stevens now up to bat. First pitch to him. Hit into left field. Another diving effort. This time he pulls it in left field. Landon Winters. And I think he's going to be sore tomorrow after those two.
Yeah, but it's worth it. That was an incredible grab out in left field. And that's as good of a hit as you're going to get from Drew Stevens. Sent that one right in the spot where it needed to be, but Landon Winters puts it all on the line and would have certainly been an RBI, maybe 2.
So Comets leave 2 on. An unbelievable play in the outfield from Landon Winters saves a Comet run. 0-0 headed into the bottom of the 5th. Perrysburg hitless through 4. It's been a dominant showing from Hanley on the mound. And Braxton Mefford, the center fielder, will step into the box.
Mefford struck out swinging after a battle with Hanley in the second inning.
First pitch low, but he'll catch Mefford swinging for strike one.
Mefford made a play out in the field last inning, getting Alex Kelly out off of a pop fly.
And that one hit into right center. Hart comes underneath it. And Hanley gives up his first hit of the game. Braxton Mefford starting things off for Perrysburg.
And Perrysburg gets their first hit. Hanley going to have to keep an eye on the center fielder at first base.
Parker Ferris up. Shows bunt. Rutherford gets it. Good coverage by Kelling at second as they'll catch Ferris. But Mefford will make his way over to second on the sacrifice. And a well-executed play there by Perrysburg.
And Rutherford and Hanley almost had a miscommunication, both going for that ball. But Rutherford able to get there and get the out, nonetheless able to advance Mefford.
That'll bring up Abram higher. Mefford a big lead at second. Hanley steps off the mound.
Higher, Ohio Northern commit. Or excuse me.
First pitch in the dirt from Hanley.
And Mefford with a little bit of a jump at second. And now Rutherford will go meet with Hanley. Sorry, scoreboard error, so it's Basic back up to the plate, not higher. Basic struck out swinging in the third.
Yeah, I think Perrysburg had a lineup change at the last second. So now Park staff wasn't able to update it, as Basic will watch strike number one as Hanley pins it on the outside.
Even count now, and Hanley once again goes back to his fastball. That time 90 miles per hour on the dot, and dots it on the corner of the zone.
Swing and a miss on pitch number two, or strike number two, excuse me. This will be a huge out for Jake Hanley, especially if he was able to strike him out. Runner on second. The pitch to Bezic. Doesn't get the call. Comet fans frustrated there. He thought he hit that outside corner.
And Hanley's curveball. That's been the pitch today. That's been the make or break. He's been trying to hit the outside corner, but has had middling results.
Big lead at second. And Hanley will just kind of lollipop it back to Sulik. Try and keep Mefford in check.
That throwback not to get an out, more so to send a message to Mefford and keep him close to home at second.
The 2-2 pitch to Bezic. And he gets him on a pitch in the dirt. That ball had some serious movement on it.
And that's the longest gap of the day between Jake Hanley's strikeouts. Matt Hubbard, who's batting third in the lineup, had one last inning, and now Basic, the eighth guy, with a strikeout swinging there.
2 outs on the board. That makes things a little bit easier for Hanley. Quinn Weber, or excuse me, Abraham Heyer will now step up to the plate.
Weber struck out swinging in the third, and Jake Hanley now has 10 strikeouts.
Excuse me, yeah, Quinn Weber flipping back and forth on the batter graphics. Hanley turns around, would have had Mefford at second, but Stulik wasn't there. The 1-0 pitch to the catcher. That one stopped by Rutherford. Weber up 2-0.
Still a big lead for Mefford.
Nice frame there by Rutherford as Hanley sneaks that one into the zone.
His curveball has been trying to place it there all day on the low outside corner and was able to find it with a little bit of help from Rutherford.
2-1 pitch as Hanley fires it down the middle. Clocking in around 81 on that changeup. Hanley doesn't use his changeup very often. Excuse me, 3-1 now the count. And Weber will make his way to first. 2 runners on.
And Hanley now in some trouble. This is the first time today that the Yellow Jackets have had multiple runners on base at once. And Comets are going to call a meeting with Hanley. They just need to get one more out.
Yeah, and coached by, obviously not going to pull Hanley, but the entire infield comes in. This a big moment. 1 runner in scoring position by Connor Kessinger, a dangerous player to have stepping up to the plate.
Yep, Kessinger, 18 RBIs this year. He's the leadoff man for a reason, but has struck out twice today. Hanley's had his number, caught him looking in the first inning, and then got Kessinger swinging to end the 3rd inning. We'll need another great at-bat here.
Hanley's first pitch to Kessinger. That one hit into right field. Donor is able to get underneath it and fields it for out number 3. A big-time play out in right field as Perrysburg leaves 2 runners on. Still, we remain scoreless here at Canal Park in the state semifinal matchup between the Mason Comets and the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets. Top of the 6th inning coming up next. Mark Rutherford getting things started here in the top of the 6th.
Yep, and Rutherford struck out looking in his first 2 plate appearances. Hubbard has had his number, and it's been that changeup off speed that he's loved getting the job done. Hubbard just 3 hits given up through 5 innings.
That pitch inside. Those are Rutherford's favorites. He pulls that one foul.
Yep. Rutherford got excited, high inside pitch, got ahead of it and ripped it into the right field foul net.
Hubbard goes with the changeup again. That one too far outside. One pitch for Rutherford. Inside again, and Rutherford pulls it foul.
Yep, near identical placement and swing on that inside pitch.
A little surprised we saw Hubbard go back there.
It's a difficult pitch to hit, but when Rutherford gets a hold of it, it can go a long, long way.
Hubbard ahead, 1-2. He delivers. That one low in the dirt.
Rutherford, good eye, keeping the count even. Had some trouble getting behind early in the game.
Next pitch high, but fouled back. Rutherford staying alive.
And that curveball came in at just 73 miles an hour. Rutherford a little frustrated with himself for not getting better contact, but stays alive.
2-2. Rutherford thought about it, and that's the 3rd time now he's been struck out looking. And he'll walk back to the dugout in frustration.
Yep, Hubbard has his number. Once again, it's an off speed about 80 miles an hour, just on the fringe of the zone. Gets exactly what he wanted there.
Brings Anthony Sulik to the plate.
And Sulik struck out looking in his last appearance as well, but had a single to lead off the 2nd.
He'll watch strike 1 down the middle. Hubbard with the fastball. That one just high of the zone. 1-1 pitch to Sulik.
That one makes its way in. Comets didn't like the call. It was a little bit high, but down the middle, another changeup.
Hubbard shakes 2 off. Quick delivery. That one outside. Almost outside the grip of Weber.
Tried to get Sulik to chase, but didn't have enough command on the curveball.
2-2 to the Comets shortstop. That one almost got his head, but Sulik ducks away and makes it a full count. 1 out, but a runner on would be huge.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch. And he catches Sulik swinging, and Hubbard is hyped.
Adam, I believe that was the first full count of the game for Hubbard, and with a gutsy throw straight down the middle at 85 miles an hour, but Sulik not able to catch it. Brings up Crociata, who is 0 for 1 today.
Crociata shows bunt, and a great leap, great placement there, and Crociata will make it safe.
Yeah, been a picture-perfect bunt down the third base line. Trent Basic, who the past few times Crociata's been up to the plate, has adjusted and came up down the third base line, a little up into the grass. Right there doesn't, and Crociata easily able to outrun it. And, Adam, we were talking about this earlier, wondering if the Comets were going to make a decision to hit Liam Sander, who's been, or to make a change at the plate, and they have.
Yeah, and that was something we even talked about. We wanted to see Sander in the lineup. Other than Hanley, Sander arguably has the most pop on this Comet team.
Yep, and he's already playing in the field at first base. We saw him making a nice stretch earlier to get an out, and now he's at the plate. And Tyler Dalton checks in to be a pinch runner at first base. Actually, it's J.J. Darst. Apologies. Darst injured recently, but he played a lot of catcher in the regular season. And he's making
first pitch outside for ball one. And Hubbard fires back, very similar spot, but that one falls in the zone.
And if we sound surprised to see Darst, we weren't sure if he was going to be able to play this postseason. This is his first appearance at the plate in the playoffs, but good to see him back and healthy.
Yeah, Darst will likely be the team's starting catcher next year when Rutherford graduates. Well, I guess I say Rutherford has graduated, but next season for the Comets.
I'm sure Coach Bly would love to have Mark Rutherford back, but can't take back that diploma.
1-1 pitch ready for Darst. Righty on righty. The pitch. And Darst hits that one to third. Thought about turning two, but sends it to first. And a smart decision there. Would have been close at second for that third out, but an easy out at first. Perrysburg escapes the sixth as they look to get the bats moving in the bottom of the sixth inning here at Canal Park. Hanley still on the mound here in the bottom of the sixth. And he's going to have to go through the heart of this Perrysburg lineup.
Yep, and now up to the plate is Brady Ziles. Struck out in the first inning and grounded out to Anthony Suluk, who made a great play in the fourth inning.
Hanley's first pitch to Ziles. Right down the middle.
Finds the zone. And Hanley deep into this game now, the sixth inning, but it's familiar territory in his three starts postseason. He's gone to 7 all 3 games.
That pitch fouled back for strike 2. And Perrysburg, they've had a hard time all day trying to keep up with Hanley's fastball. Yes, when he's been able to hit that curveball, it's been dominant, but Perrysburg, it's been nearly impossible for them to even touch the fastball.
Yeah, been 10 strikeouts, just 1 hit allowed. Hanley has been dealing. And just misses below the zone on that pitch. Comets wanted a called strike.
That was a good frame by Rutherford, but could not fool the umpire. 1-2 now for the number 2 hitter, Ziles. Hanley deals. And he catches Ziles swinging with that disgusting fastball.
And that fastball was placed high, but able to get Ziles swinging into a spin cycle. 91-mile-an-hour punch out there. That's strikeout number 11 for Hanley. And it brings up Matt Hubbard, who has been dealing himself on the mound.
First pitch, a swing and a miss from Hubbard.
And Hubbard, he's an aggressive batter. There's a reason he's batting .455 this year. He's not afraid to take a hack, but has had a lot of swing and miss today against Hanley.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts on the night so far. Pitch number 2, high and outside for ball 1.
And this is the guy for Perrysburg that can get a spark going. One of the most dangerous hitters in the state.
Hubbard late on that as he fouls it back.
And that foul all the way over this, nearly went out of the park.
Hanley was sitting on that fastball, or excuse me, Hubbard was sitting on that fastball. It came inside and dropped away. 1-2 now.
High inside, and Hubbard pulled away from the pitch a little bit. Don't think it was going to hit him, but definitely inside.
2-2. Hanley with authority. That one hit over the head of Kelling. Nice recovery. And what a play by Alex Kelling! That one, a blooper over his head, scoops it, spins around, and hits Sander at first. Perrysburg didn't like the call, but what an effort from Kelling.
Hubbard in disbelief, and he wasn't able to lay out that single, and Kelling did a good job tracking the hit down, but you could tell he was having trouble finding it, and that's probably the fastest he's ever had to throw from such a short distance. Only about a 25-foot throw to Sander, but roped in and able to make the play.
Yeah, and a risky throw off his back foot, but pays off. 2 men down now for Perrysburg, and that is exactly the momentum boost this kind of stagnant Comet team needed these past few innings.
And Hubbard gets on base. You bring up the fourth guy, Heitmeyer, who's walked both times, and then Winters. Could have been a very different situation for Mason.
Got to give a lot of credit to Liam Sander and the game he's played defensively at first base. 3 really nice plays.
Yep, and Hanley, great defensively as a first baseman as well, but when he steps onto the mound, Liam Sander makes sure that they don't have any drop in quality.
Braden Heitmeyer up 2 pitches and make it 3. Now a 3-0 count, and Heitmeyer, he's done a nice job of staying patient so far tonight.
Yep.
He's gotten on base every attempt.
Literally has not had to swing today.
Yeah.
Has just let Jake Hanley throw and been taking what he's given.
And just like that, 4 pitches, and Heitmeyer makes his way over to first for the 3rd time tonight in one of the few bright spots in this Perrysburg lineup.
Yeah, he's been keeping Perrysburg alive. He was able to get all the way to 3rd in the 2nd inning. He made it to second base in the 4th. Has been stranded twice, though, and with 2 outs in the 6th inning, Perrysburg cannot afford to leave him stranded once again.
2 outs. Landon Winter steps into the box. Saw him make that nice play in left field earlier. His first pitch from Hanley just outside for ball 1.
Yep, that curveball looking to go on the low outside corner.
Hanley, the throw to first.
And not a
Heitmeyer
huge,
back in time.
not a huge leadoff from Heitmeyer, so kind of surprising to see the throw back there, but Hanley thought he could catch him off guard.
1-0 for Winters. Heitmeyer on the move. Rutherford. And he loses the ball on the transition.
And
Heitmeyer didn't have a great jump. Rutherford might have been able to get him there, but just a mental error from Rutherford.
Rutherford was too quick on the pop. If he had been able to get that throw out cleanly, it's tough to say. It probably would have made the play, but can't step your other foot out without getting one on the ground. And
runner in scoring position now for the Yellow Jackets. 1-1 count, and a late swing from Winters will put Hanley ahead. 1-2, all Hanley needs is one more strike to leave another Yellow Jacket on base. 1-2. That one high inside, doesn't get the call.
If it wouldn't just be leaving another Yellow Jacket on the field, it'd be leaving Heitmeyer for the 3rd time.
2s across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hanley, that one hit in the air. Hart calls it, tracks it down, and pulls it in for the 3rd and final out of the 6th inning. 1 more to go before extras here at Canal Park in this state semifinal game, living up to its hype. Tied at 0 here at Canal Park. Rest of the action here on Mason Sports Radio coming up next. Casey Donor starting off for the third time tonight. He's reached twice, once on an air and once on a single. So looking to do that yet again. Donor, his speed plays a big role on the base paths.
Donor having one of his best games of the playoffs. A chance to kick things off big time here.
Already in the 7th as Donor will get strike one on his first pitch.
And we've had a pretty quick game so far. Started at 7:25, just a little over an hour and a half.
As Donor belts that one into center, but right on a line. And Mefford can easily pull it in. Nice contact, but just hit it right to a Perrysburg defender.
Yep, that's a good hit. That's what you're looking for. Might have even been able to advance a runner if there was somebody on, but with the leadoff, Donor not able to get on base. It's the first time tonight he has not reached at least first base.
First pitch to Hart, right down the middle.
And Hubbard's still going strong now in the 7th, looking to go the distance.
Hubbard doesn't get the call there. His fastball misses outside. Clocking in around 85. 1-1 to Hart. And drops in another pitch. And he's not wasting any time on Hart.
No, Hubbard very familiar with the situation. He has 5 complete games, 2 shutouts this year, and has pitched 6 scoreless innings.
Hart will call time.
The senior ended last inning with a nice catch in center field.
The 2-strike pitch, and he will retire. Brad Hart swinging. That off speed on the outside, and Hart chases it. That will bring Alex Kelling up for the 4th time tonight.
And Kelling singled to lead off the game in the first, but has not been able to reach since. Struck out swinging in the 3rd, popped to center field in the 5th, and he's had several multi-hit games in a row. Needs to continue that streak.
Pitch one to Kelling in the dirt. Kelling's had a hot playoffs, but cooling off tonight. 0 for 3 so far. Good vision there as Hubbard's changeup misses low. 2-0. And another ball from Hubbard. Kelling staying patient. 3-0.
And Kelling had a 4-game hit streak entering the Moeller game. Was 0 for 3 then, 1 for 3 today.
And he'll make his way to first. Uncharacteristic 4 straight balls for Hubbard. And that'll put a base runner on with 2 outs. And we'll see if they elect to intentionally walk Hanley again. And they've done it twice already.
And the first 2 times they intentionally walked Hanley, there was a man at second, but not at first, so it made sense to create the force out. Gonna let the lefty do some work against the right-handed Hubbard.
Good matchup for Hanley. Hanley pulls the first pitch foul.
Hanley had a pop fly in the first. That's the only time we've seen him with a chance against Hubbard, and not afraid to take a swing early. Well, that pitch was probably out of the zone.
Was a changeup. Hanley was sitting on a fastball. Throw back to first. Kelling gets back just in time. Hubbard keeping these base runners in check so all game long.
Kelling was able to move to second base from an error on a throwback from Hubbard in the first. His speed in the back of Hubbard's mind.
Hubbard delivers. And pins that one in the low outside corner. Hanley didn't like it.
That pitch was definitely low for the zone, and Comets very unhappy, but had to take it as it is with the 0-2 count.
Hanley down. Hubbard looking to make a statement. The 0-2 pitch, same spot, but that time it's a ball.
And a give me call there. Kind of a make-up call. And Hanley will stay alive, but likely not going to get that chance again. Has to protect the plate.
So actually, I think that one looked more like a strike than the
Definitely
last one.
took a chance there on that curveball that came just back inside, but still missed the zone.
1-2 pitch to Hanley. Kelly on the move. Hanley rockets it into right field. And the right fielder can't pull it in. Kelly on his way home. Hanley to second. A stand-up double. And the Comets are on the board.
And don't want to get ahead of myself, but the Ohio Player of the Year, Jake Hanley, is putting on a clinic on the mound, and with one of the biggest hits you'll ever see there, rocketed that all the way to the right field fence. It seems like he does that every game. And these are some deep, deep fences here at a Double-A Major League Park.
And that one made it all the way to the wall as Coach Dave Hall will make his way to the mound for a quick visit. And the only word to describe Jake Hanley, Andrew, is clutch.
Clutch. Like, say what you want, but Hanley gets the job done. And now the Comets have their lead. I have to imagine Jake Hanley's going to stay out there on the mound for the bottom of the seventh. He's given up just one hit, has 11 strikeouts. But, you know, job's not done on the plate at the plate as well. He has a lot of speed, those long strides, has a chance to add another cushion run at second base, and Bly's going to keep him out there at second base, not going to send out a pinch runner. And Coach Hall has a decision to make. I don't think you can really blame Matt Hubbard. He's pitched such a great game, but you give Jake Hanley anything to work with, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, and that was Hanley's favorite pitch. Just a little bit inside, and Hanley just ripped it. And, yeah, like you mentioned earlier, if this wasn't at a Double-A ballpark,
Might have been gone.
Might have been gone.
And we've said that a lot. We said that at Miami. We said that at Prasco. Jake Hanley has incredible power.
Drew Stevens, the Ashland commit, steps up to the plate.
And he wants in on the extra base action. Swings hard there off of a curveball, chased out of the zone.
Hanley thought about going to third, but a nice block from the catcher, Weber, kept it from going to the backstop.
And I like the decision to stay at second. If you get a hit into the outfield from a single, it's probably going to be enough to bring Hanley in anyways. Don't need to risk getting thrown out at third.
Check swing, though, from Stevens, so he's down 0-2, 2 outs. That one hit up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, and Heitmeyer retires Stevens at first, but Jake Hanley, looking to finish what he started, puts the Comets on the board with an RBI double. The Ohio State commit, Alex Kelling, makes his way in. 1-0 the score. Can the Comets make history and advance to the Division I state championship? For the first time in their career, they made it to the D2 state championship in 1987. But Coach Bly and his squad looking to represent the 45040 and close off the seventh inning next. Bottom of the 7th. Jake Hanley staying on the mound to close things off as Perrysburg fouls their first pitch off.
But Hanley, so much pressure now, had that huge double with 2 outs, and the RBI to give the Comms the lead. Now a chance to close out a complete game shutout, but middle of the lineup, Medford lets the strike pass.
Hanley up 0-2 now.
And Medford is the only guy for Perrysburg tonight with a hit, singled in the 5th, but also struck out swinging in the 2nd.
0-2 pitch from Hanley. That one hit high into center field. Brad Hart waving his arms, tracks it down and pulls it in for out number 1.
And Brad Hart has had an underrated game tonight. It's been in some tough spots, being the second batter a lot at the plate, but had a sacrifice to advance a runner in the 3rd, and he's had 3 pop-up catches at some crucial moments. Been very reliable in the field.
Now up Abram Heyer as Hanley's first pitch high and inside for ball 1.
And fastball fading a little bit. 88 miles an hour there still. A lot faster than I could throw. And
delivers it in for strike 1. 1-1 now. Hanley, that pitch outside.
goes back to his fastball, but misses the zone.
That one, a blooper foul.
Yeah.
Stevens will touch it, so things will reset at 2-2 now.
And that hit was left of the left field foul line, but would have been a dangerous hit because it was to the point where Rutherford couldn't really get to it, Hanley couldn't really get to it, and Stevens couldn't get to it. But a lucky bounce for the Comets as it rolls foul.
That one in the dirt, blocked by Rutherford. Staying alive is Heyer. 1 out. 3-2, full count. Jake Hanley needs 2 more outs to send his team to the state championship. The pitch, that one hit into center. Hart tracks it down on the line drive and he pulls it in. 1 more to go.
And Brad Hart's 4th put out of the night, making plays in center field, in just 1 away from sending the Comets somewhere. They've been just once in this program's history, the state final, and to be the first time as a Division I program.
A career-defining win for Coach Bly. This would be a huge moment for the Mason community. Trent Bezick now up to the plate. As Hanley's first pitch gets past Rutherford and heads to the backstop for ball 1.
Typically, you don't want the bottom of your lineup up in this situation, but if it's going to be the bottom of the lineup, Bezick, the senior, the Wittenberg commit, definitely somebody the Yellow Jackets have faith in to keep the inning alive,
1-0,
keep the game alive.
As Hanley fires the fastball in for strike 1.
Even count. Bezick, a .464 on base percentage. He's typically a pretty conservative batter here, but here has to keep it on anything near the plate.
Hanley, the pitch, that one, chopped to third. Drew Stevens takes his time, and the Comets are advancing to their first Division I state championship. Jake Hanley, a one-hitter, and a game-winning RBI.
Yep, and Jake Hanley, I think I saw some guys joking about it on the Instagram comment section, but a Jake Hanley legacy game incoming. Well, it happens. 1 hit allowed, a complete game shutout in the biggest hit of his career, a clutch RBI double in the top of the 7th with 2 outs. And that's what you need to get done against a very, very good Perrysburg team. The GMC champs, the Southwest region champs. The Comets just have 1 more championship to claim, and they're going to have a chance on Sunday night.
The first time they advanced to the Division I state championship. They've made it to this spot 3 times before. They did it in 2022, couldn't pull it off. They did it in 2018, couldn't pull it off. They did it in 1987, made it to the finals, but came up just short. But Coach Bly and his squad, full of seniors, looking to make history as they will face off against Twinsburg on Sunday at 1 o'clock here at Canal Park.
Yep, and the Comets, such an experienced team, 17 seniors. This has been their goal for years, since they made it here 2 years ago. Adam, this is our class. They've been talking about it for 2 years, getting back to this point, and now have a chance of making history.
What a long road it's been to this moment. But they've got one final stop this Sunday. The Comets will take on Twinsburg. But tonight, they take down the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets 1-0 here at Canal Park in Akron, Ohio. I've been Adam Little, joined alongside my brother, Andrew Little. Comets pull it off 1-0 and will advance to a state championship.